Good morning and welcome. Welcome to my live stream, Fight CPS with Bob Pace. I'm your host, and here we are to talk about the Child Protection System, is what I call CPS. It's the child protection system found in every county, in every state, and even in worldwide in all the countries that have come into this room. 23 countries have come into this room to talk to me for the last 23 months, almost 2 years. I continuously do this live stream uh, twice a day. This is the morning live stream. It's on from 10 o'clock Monday through Friday, and on the weekends at 8 o'clock. And then in the evening, I'm on at 7 o'clock. Those times I've given to you are all Pacific Standard Time. And so um, anyway, we're here to talk about the child protection system issues and how you can fight to hang on to your children or get your children back. And I'm very glad that you found me on Facebook, Fight CPS. And there are 7 rooms from Facebook that bring you here. And we have another room from YouTube that brings you here too. So we have 8 rooms that channel you into this software I use, which is called SteamYard. SteamYard uses YouTube application. So by going through SteamYard, I'm using YouTube to transmit and so forth. Now you can find me recorded versions, but you want to find me live, you want to make sure you go to Facebook to find me live. And also on YouTube, you can find me live too. You can find me live too. So there's recordings and lives. And I know that most of you are faced with the reality that they're really, you're overwhelmed by a government agency that 50% of the time has gone bad or gone rogue. Now, that's based on talking to 2,700 people in my research of how bad the CPS is, not only in the US, but worldwide. It's happening everywhere. It's a necessity that we need in our society to protect our children. This show is not about against CPS. It's about how your rights are violated and how you can stand up for your civil and constitutional rights. There's things that CPS is doing that is wrong and irregular. They do it for the soul of money. It's $1 trillion business. It makes a lot of money. The government seems to have an unendless supply of money to give to the counties in every state. What they do is they send the money to the state in turn sends the money to the counties. That's how it's funded. And how the funding starts as soon as they take your child into protective custody, that's when the money starts to click. They get approximately about $20,000 per child per month from the county, gets it from the county, who gets it from the state, who gets it from the federal government. So I've been doing this for a long time, and I've been fighting CPS for 15 years. And They're an entity that um, seems to have no regard for parents' rights, or elder rights, or senior rights, or and the children are abused in the care of CPS. They're actually killed in the hands of CPS. It's sad. I mean, there's horror stories I can tell you about that I've heard firsthand about people coming there and losing their children in the hands and the custody of CPS, how they were abused in CPS. They're trafficking by CPS illegally. They're alienation between you and the kids, the parents. It's wrong. That's alienation. And that should not be what the case should be. Now, I'm here to help you. In order to be helped, I need to know about where you're from, um, and also something about your case so that I can help you. Now, there's many ways you can interact with this live stream. One is that you can send me emojis like a thumbs up, a heart, a smiley face, or even stars. You can also check the follow button. I'd like you to follow me. And also, if you want to be notified when I'm on. Now, one of the things that people have been doing is text me messages. Now, the text a message in here, all you have to do is make a question or a comment about CPS. Now, I also talk about APS, which is Adult Protective Services. Adult Protective Services works like CPS, but it protects our children when they turn 18 that are in special needs. Now, what I mean by that is that when a child is 18, they're an adult. And if there's no special needs, they're released back into society. They can come back and go to their parents, or they can go anywhere that they have. CPS does attempt to have them at a good place to go to. But if they don't, they have adult protective services. They'll help out special needs children, special needs. Also, the other group of individuals in adult protective services are your elders, people that are being taken by caregivers, either professionally, nursing homes, or um, caregiving places, or even at your family homes where a family member is taking care of an elderly person. Well, they're abused too. They're neglected and abused. So that's why they have adult protective services to take care of adults, either special needs children of 18 and above, or elderly people, or anybody along the line. I mean, there could be an adult in their 30s that has special needs that needs help. So that's what adult protective services does. Child protection services supposed to do the same thing. They're supposed to be protected from neglect and abuse because a lot of the children and adults are abused and neglected, which is really sad to say. It really is. It's a worldwide problem. Um, I'm more familiar in the United States because the majority of the people I talk to are from the United States, but I have talked to many people from around the world. In fact, I've even have several people, one from England and one from South Africa, call me and talk to me. And the one from South Africa has called me numerous times, Leica, and she's from the northwest province of South Africa. But anyway, when you text a message to me, please state your first name. It's a lot easier to do that. I know a lot of you have handles on Facebook and YouTube that have messages in your handle. Jumping elephants, or spotted kangaroos, or pink turtles. Those are great messages, but I prefer a first name only. That's all I need, like Bob, or Carol, or Tom, or Betty, or Bill, or John, like that. Those kind of names. And then I like to know where you're from. And it could be your city, or if you're not comfortable with giving your city, it could be your county that you're in. And then followed by the state. If it's in the United States, all I need is your states. Now, if you're outside the United States, please put your country so I know where you're at. besides your city. Some of your countries have states and provinces, so you can put those too. But all you really need is the city and the country. And then you could also say something about your case if this is the first time texting in. Like, I have a case where I've been accused, my wife and I are accused of abuse of our children, and we're now in the court hearing with termination. Now, there's different statuses in your case. Your case can average maybe 2 years. It seems like a lot of people are talking to. Some of them are over a year, some are 6 months. Some of them I hear are really long, long time, and I don't know if they're keeping stringing on for hope or what. But they are not supposed to take children unless they're in danger in their home. They're not supposed to take children. They're not supposed to traffic children into foster care if they're not in danger. But it seems like a lot of the CPS entities have gone rogue, have to automatically take a child. They come to your house typically and knock on the door, and you do not know about your rights about not opening that door to a stranger. As soon as you open the door, they're intimidated because they usually come with the police, and the police will have all their battle gear on. And instead of being one, there'll be two, three, four, five. It's almost like they think this is a drug house or you're a gang house or whatever the case may be. But it's called intimidation. Now, once you answer the door, you don't have to let them in, but it's pretty hard when they're sitting there, and some are very forceful. It's really sad what some of them do. They even handcuff you and take you down the floor and then collect your children. Now, there may not be any abuse or neglect going on at the moment, or there may not be children being hurt at the moment, but they're going to take your children. That's an awful fear. So, what I tell people is pretend your home is a castle and your door is your drawbridge. Once the drawbridge is up, your castle is secured. You do not have to open up to anyone. Even if they knock and say, "This is the police, open up." They have to have a cause to come into your home. Now, if they hear yelling and screaming and guns going off and people being hurt, they're going to break the door down and come in. But if you remain quiet and take your family and hide them somewhere in the house, in a closet or something, be quiet, then they will most likely go away. They will leave a calling card that they're by and they need to talk to you. They also may do a phone call to you too. Now, if you do talk to them on the phone, or you happen to be outside and you encounter them, the first thing you need to do when they greet you is be polite, but ask them if this is a legal matter. If it's a legal matter, you're guaranteed in the Constitution that you have representation by a lawyer at all times. So you just tell them, I need to get a hold of my lawyer. Now, you may not have a lawyer, but they don't know that. So you just tell them, I need to get a hold of my lawyer, and I'll get back to you. Please give me your name and contact information so that my lawyer and I can set up a time to meet with you. Um, that usually would discourage them off. You can continue to go to your car. Don't go back in the house. Don't go back in the house. Just continue your car and leave the area. Now, if they have a search warrant, a legal documentation, read it. Make sure it's legit. That's another way they get in the house. There's only three ways to get in the house. One, you open the door and let them in, or a family member does. You got to make sure your family members know that. And you should also have a special knock or a special ring to enter the home. Anyway, The third way is that warrant. Now, that warrant you got to be really careful about. That warrant you got to be really careful about. You got to make sure it has the correct date, it's signed by a judge, and it should be a stamp that the clerk raises the signature so it looks like they can't forge it. It's a wet signature and it'll have a stamp that you can feel the bumps through the signature. That's legit. Now, if the date is on a work day, which is good, then it's legit. If it's on the weekend or a holiday during the week, that means that probably was an old warrant or they faked it. I'm sorry, they do that. You just don't know. See, dealing with CPS when you don't know and they're 50% right or 50% wrong, you don't know. That's why you tell them you need to have your attorney present. If it's a legal matter, you have the right to have an attorney present. Now, besides texting in a message to me, and we got some people in the room, we have, oh, good, we have some people in the room. I missed them. I'm sorry about that. Um, wow, wow, boy. Um, we have Natalie Hessen Love. I've evidence that CPS is abusing my children. Well, you need to document that, but the only way you're going to be able to fight that is you're going to have to get your real attorney, not a court appointed attorney, to enter that into court. It's not just money, there's agenda behind it. I agree. I agree, Natalie. And what part of the world are you from, by the way? The root of CPS activity is actually an overarching plan that Charlie Kirk knew about. It's called Alice Bailey's 10-point plan. That plan, they are the following. Okay, how can I speak to you? Well, I'm going to put my phone number up here that you can. I'm going to take down the banner and put my number up. Now, you can call in right now and talk to me. Natalie, you can talk to me. I also have Carrie Sampson from Burke County, Georgia, and Dorothy Cook from North Carolina. So we got three people. I got Natalie that is talking about Alice Bailey's 10-point plan. I don't know what Alice Bailey's 10-point plan, but I'll look it up. And you can speak to me by calling in at 626 698 0990. And I gladly talk to you, Natalie. Um, you're from San Bernardino County. Okay, great, great. And I don't know who Blue Jay is, but anyway, it's Natalie from San Bernardino, California. Now, Carrie's been in here a lot. She's from Burke County, Georgia, and her kids are in foster care. But there was an accident that happened with one of my kids in foster care systems. My kids are not safe there. I really want my kids back in my custody. Well, Carrie, the problem is you don't have a real attorney, and you have to work with your court appointed attorney who practically do nothing for you. But you need to put the heat underneath your court appointed attorney and tell them you want your children protected. You need to get across to the judge. I don't know when your next hearing is. You can file a 3-8 motion and have within 30 days a chance to talk to the judge about how your kids are being hurt. You need to have documentation too, Carrie. Natalie, I have a case where a jealous mother stole newborn babies, and the case was closed as the mother was too traumatized to react at the time. Wow, that is a terrible thing that someone wants to steal someone's newborn baby. It happens all the time. I've seen it. The children were never in danger. The ex mother is lost set us up in a sting operation. Um, I don't know what you mean by that, Natalie. Dorothy, they have to have a cause to come in your home. Remain silent, hide family, most likely. Yes, Dorothy is repeating what I'm saying. So, ask if it's a legal matter. That's right, Dorothy. Natalie says it was a sting operation set up by the grandmother who wanted children due to infertility and desire to be her son's wife. Well, that's illegal. You don't have incest among people. Um, Natalie further says, my case is closed. I want to reopen it because it was fraud and the damage they're doing is endangering my life and safety and abuse. Well, it depends on what kind of adoption if your case is closed. If it's a closed adoption or open adoption. I need to know more information, Natalie. Now, good morning, Bartley. Glad to see you. Bartley is from Montana, and I'm so glad to see you. She had such a wonderful experience this past weekend, giving a bath with her son. So she shared that with me, and that was really nice. But she injured herself falling out of the house, and so hopefully she's better, but she's hurt herself. Now I'm looking up this Alice 10-point plan. Alice 10-point plan. It's not a formal plan, but it's created by Alice Bailey, a prominent early 20th century figure in the New Age movement. Instead, it is a compilation of themes and ideas attributed to her, which have been distilled by her New Age followers, critics over the years. Okay. And critics, particularly within some conservative Christian circles, portray the plan as Lutheran or satanic agenda designed to destroy Christianity and traditional family structures. Meanwhile, some New Age proponents see the points as me to transition humanity to more advanced world conscious. I'm not here to talk about politics, and I got to. With all due respect to you, Natalie, I got to stay away from this. It's an interesting concept, and I'll have to read about it later. But this room is about the child protection system and how I can help you with a current case, with existing case. Now, Carrie has court tomorrow. I just found out about the situation on Sunday. Wow. They don't give you right notice, do they? I'm glad you know about the court thing. Now, Natalie, I have my phone number up. Um, I'm trying to get Natalie back into the poll here. She talks about a sting operation, which sounds really bad that people do that, but people do weird things. So, anyway, if you want to open up the case, it's going to be very hard to open up a CPS case when it's over. There are appeal times, and if you let go of the appeal times, you lose any chance of opening a case. Now, if it's open adoption, you could open the case to re-explore the chances of getting your child back. You could do that. What is the case tomorrow, Carrie from Burke County, Georgia? What is your case about tomorrow? Um, I know it's probably about visitation, getting your son back, but hello, Laka. You were on the other day. Good to see you again. Welcome. Yeah, the is a new age movement by an Alice Bailey 10-point plan, and it's not normalized in society. It's a theory, it's a thought process. And again, I don't want to deal with it because it deals with politics. I want to deal with the real situations of your children being taken or stuff. So, um, so Lacqua, I forgot where you're from. I think you're from Scranton, Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember. Bartley's from Montana. Carrie Sampson is from Georgia. Dorothy is from North Carolina. And we have Natalie from California. But my number's there, Natalie. You can call in. You can call in right now. There's my phone number. The other number you see there is 888-888-6582 is the law office of Vincent W. Davis. He's my attorney. He is a juvenile law, family law, dependency law attorney, licensed and educated, and been fighting CPS for 39 years. He also is a trial attorney. He will do civil lawsuits when your case is over. He'll sue them civilly and win millions of dollars back, both in state court and federal court. So he's the real deal. And several of you are using him. David Halago from Santa Maria, California, and Margaret King from the Kern River, California, are using Mr. Davis. And he will help you. He'll fight in different parts of the United States. Um, so, right now, if you have a case in LA County, his typical retainer is $5,000 and his hourly wage is $500 an hour. But that may vary because of the complexity and the length the case has been going on. If the case has been on for a long time and the complexity is really bad, the fees may be higher. The fees may be higher. And you may not be able to afford those fees. Some of you may not be aware, but you can get legal insurance. If you have legal insurance, they'll cover the retainer, they'll cover the hourly fees. But you need to get legal insurance. And I've heard of plans as like $1 a day, $365 a year premium for full legal coverage. There's ARP, and then there's MetLife, Allstate, um, even your employer has legal insurance. So you need to look into it because that would really relieve you and you get what's called the right attorney. You don't want a court appointed attorney. They're overworked. I mean, they have caseloads of 30 to 100 people, so they won't have time to talk to you outside of court. And they're just fresh out of law school, so their only background is in criminal law. They don't have background in juvenile law or family law or dependency law. And they work for CPS or paid by CPS, so their conflict of interest is bad. But that may be the only resource, and you have to make them work for you. If they don't perform, then you tell them that you can sue them for negligence and file a complaint against them at the state board, which is usually the capital of your state. The state board, you can file a complaint, and they can lose their license. So it is a serious matter. And I'm glad that I remember that Laka is from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Um, I'm glad to see you there, Laka. I think you also go by the name of Carl, if I'm not mistaken. I think you have another name called Carl. So I'm here with my phone number, and I was hoping that Natalie would call me, but she hasn't. Now that number I gave you, the 888-888-6582, you can call in and hire Mr. Davis right away. He's available. When you reach the law office, you'll hear reception. Make sure you tell reception that Bob Pace sent you. And when you talk to Mr. Davis, make sure you tell him that Bob Pace sent you. Also, by calling in that number, you can find out the schedule of live streams. Mr. Davis, my attorney, does live screens, and so does several other people do live screens. So you can find the schedule of that. Also, there's books that are available for purchase or guides, what you want to call them. And right now, the latest book is a step-by-step guide for grandparents to adopt their grandchildren. It's a really good book. It's $9.95, but there's a discount of over 50% for you. You get the $5. All you have to do is give them the code capital P, capital A, capital C, capital E, and the number 50. That's PACE 50, all capital letters, PACE 50. And you get that book for less than $5. So try that out and see what you can do there. So that number will stay up there. Now, since no one's calling for a moment, I'm going to um, put a banner up here talking about guests. To be a guest on my live stream, all you have to do is email Bob P at vincentwdavis.com. And you just pick one of my 14 shows. Just say you want to be on Bob's Sunday morning show, or Bob's Saturday night show, or Bob's Friday morning show, or Wednesday morning show, or Monday night show. All you need to do that because, as I already told you, I'm on 14 times a week. So you just say morning or evening, and you say Monday through Sunday, and she'll take care of the rest. She'll send you a link. This is my show producer, Grace, that you copy and paste into your browser. And if you get bounced off, put the link up again because it's good for the whole show. Um, so she will send you the link. You copy and paste in your browser, and you'll be on SteamYard. That's my software application. The rules are simple. We have no profanity. We respect one another, and we do not use the names of children, social workers, or judges. Further, we do not eat or smoke on the show. So that's how to be a guest on my show. Now I'm going to put my number back up again, and maybe Natalie will call me. There's my number, 626-698-0990. And I'd love to talk to anyone in this room about your CPS matter. We can brainstorm, we can discuss it. I'm on twice a day, so we don't finish today, we can do it tonight. If we don't finish tonight, we can do it tomorrow morning, or tomorrow night, or the next morning, or Friday night. So, with that being said, it's very, very important. This is a serious matter because it interferes your family. Okay, we have Carrie Sampson. All right. Good morning, Carrie. This is Bob Pace, and welcome. What do you have to tell me? What's the latest?
I went to court on August 21st. They was trying to get the judge to talk about new alleged allegation that my kids are bringing up to their attention. They was going to talk about it, and then my caseworker accused me for not doing the psychological assessment, and I told her that I did, and I was trying to show the judge that I did, but now they said they haven't got the document something, so I told them that when I did it, the man said it was going to take 14 days to do so, and they should get that information. But from then to now, some more stuff. Judge just told me in court just to do two things. I did do two things, but now my caseworker is adding parents classes, counseling, and she want me to do a psychological evaluation. I don't know the difference from assessment and evaluation, but anyway, she want me to do all these things. But now that I was trying to continue doing the stuff that she told me to do, she's giving the lady that is doing my parenting classes a hard time by giving her information on what I should be doing and not getting in touch with the lady so she could continue doing my parenting classes with me. So I haven't been doing my parenting classes because of them. And then she even said that they didn't want to pay the woman to do my parenting classes because it was the supervisor told the people that she was in company with that I was short-minded, and I didn't sit 4 hours to talk to the lady, but the lady told me that she knew the day that she did talk to me, and told that multiple times that week when I did started my parenting class. I even did a meetup with my caseworker, and yes, I asked my public defender to be there. She didn't come, so my caseworker made some statements, not even involving me or my children. She still concerned. How concerned she still is if it was domestic violence in the house, and instead of the person that Jesus that was domestic violence in the house and was still living with me, which I was telling them he never stayed with me. I love that stuff. So now I'm going to court just to follow up what the judge said, but they still gonna break up two alleged allegations that they said. But I found out Sunday that my son got injured at the foster care system. He hit his head. He's only 3 years old. So he hit his head pretty hard, and it cracked his head. My concern was, did she take the foster care to her son to the emergency room when he hit his head in the bathroom? Then what is the safety concerns that she is providing for my children while my kids in her custody? She even don't need, I mean, the foster mom don't even know what she's doing because she's asking me as a mother for advice on what I had to do with my son when he was speaking out. And when my son never stuck at the room, and everybody's supposed to be in bed sleep. But if you're working with small children, it's always safe, and just to me, it's always safe to have a bell or a gate on the door so that they won't go in certain areas you don't want to go. That's just common sense if you have worked with small houses. But the foster care not knowing what he's doing, I've been, ever since April until now, I've been trying to get my public defender to help or to go over the allegation that they're trying to bring up to court. But now I'm not even focusing. I'm focused on what I haven't. Why they're calling me short-minded? Why haven't I started my classes? And it's not because of me. It's because of them. I just don't want them to do what they've been doing instead of the judge that I'm not cooperating or I'm not responding back to them when
Well, here's the problem, Carrie. As I said all along from day one when I first met you, as long as you're using a court appointed attorney, you can't expect anything. Your rights are not going to help
Yeah,
any,
I know.
and you're going to stuck with the same old
I know.
ritual. But you know what? I'm thinking out loud. Do you ever think of a script you could write down all your thoughts, emotion, hand it to the attorney, and then the attorney can hand it to the judge? And you can start off and tell the court, you can tell the court, Your Honor, I'm here because I care about my child. I want uh, family reunification. I'm not guilty. Okay, before that, you put it. I'm not guilty. You say, Your Honor, I am a mother. Blah blah blah. I'm here to fight for my children. I'm not guilty of the accusations that are before you. If you are guilty, then you can not talk about that. But if you're not guilty, make sure you establish that. Then you could sit there and say, I want family reunification.
I hear you, Mr. Bob. And I be have high hopes when I go to court. I already know what I want to say in court, and I already know what to be said in court. But when I get there, I get nervous, I get scared, and then when it's my turn, I fumble and bubble over my words. The judge still not listening to anything that I have to say, even if I got proof right there in my hand. The public defender is not doing a job. And the allegations that is being said, no one is taking accountability on their side. These facts is supposed to help you and your family, but they choose to take them away from you. But this is what I'm dealing with. They blaming everything on me and not taking accountability. Like, no, we did not help the sentencing her first or second case. We just want the money and basically just paraphrase. I'm just paraphrasing. We just want the money to take our piece of kids and not have and take her where right. Basically, I'm just paraphrasing. They're not telling the judge that. They're just telling the judge whatever she want to hear and when it's their time to talk or my close defendant not, doing her job. She hasn't talked to me about anything. I'm reaching out to her. I'm sending her emails. I'm trying to get answers from her. And she's telling me, well, I'm not going to get answers from them. I'm only getting what you tell me. And I'm like, baby, it's your job. What you don't want to do a job? So I can't afford attorneys. And like I said,
Well, I know you can't afford an attorney, but you can't argue with this person. So what you need to do is you have to
I'm not
go.
arguing. Know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
not arguing. I'm gonna go to court. And that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go to court. But it's ain't like with this motivation that I have now. But when I'm in there and I see the judge face and I know that he's not gonna listen to me, what can I do, Mr.
Well, you
Bob?
should
I
not
got
look at the
no one on
judge's
my
face.
side.
See what the happening is you've already defeated yourself. You go to court,
I'm
your
not
chin up
saying
high,
it
your chin
happened.
up high.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
want to hear me? Yeah, you want to put your
I
chin
want
up
to hear
high.
you.
You want to put your chin high. Don't give up. Smile at the judge and emphasize that you want to follow what the judge is ordering. You want family reunification. You want visitations with your child. And if you're not guilty, still say you're not guilty. They have to prove their case. They have to prove their case. They're just dragging it out to make money, not money off you, but off the government. Every time a child is in custody, the federal government sends billions of dollars to the state, and the state sends millions of dollars to the county. It's $1 trillion business. $1 trillion. It's all about money.
Okay, Mr. Bob, I tell you, this is my first time going through all this situation. I don't know what I'm doing when I'm going to court. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what to say. I'm looking up. Actually, this is why I've been on your podcast. I've been looking up everything that you told me to do. I need someone that is willing to listen to my amendment right and my constitutional right and know what they're doing, that can help me and speak up for me and then present evidence of that I am doing what I've been doing. And I'm not perfect. No one can say that perfect people have problems, but I'm not a bad mother.
No, you're not. And the people care about you in this room. There's someone that said some prayers from the Bible, and he quoted some Psalms. So there are people here that do care about you. Dorothy Cook cares about you, and I care about you, and I know a lot of people are. The frustration that you have, or what many people have, that you do not have a real attorney that will fight. So
I cried all last night.
yeah,
I was reading John's 1:1.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, I said, I don't want to give up, but I don't have no one to help me. I'm by myself at this courthouse. If I can have all these people that's on this podcast right me in court right now that can hear my cries and like she's a mother. We all going through the same thing. She's trying her best. But like I said, I don't want to give up on my kids. I'm trying my best to fight, but I'm doing it. I'm in a corner by myself, and there's all these people throwing stones at you and having their hands, and I have to take it, and they don't want me to have no emotions about this situation. They want me to take the stones and get hit with them and not say anything about it. So this is why I'm asking, hey, if someone can literally find somebody that can actually that's willing to do their job to help me, I won't have to feel lost every time I go to court. I know the judge is listening to me. I know my public defender is not going to do her job. I know my caseworker is talking against me, even when she is going through some list violations. Herself, she don't want to bring none of that up in court, and the supervisor, she's just been so mean and so disrespectful by calling me short-minded. But this is not, but the signs that I'm concerned about, because they want me to leave all that long. My concern is with my children. My sons are scared. My sons don't know what's going on. I'm trying to hurt.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
You know, that's who's my concern. That's it. My
Yeah.
oldest son is being bullied. My 6-year-old is doing these are alleged. I don't believe my 6-year-old would hit another kid in the face. I don't believe that for a kid in the face. But the picture that I got, if I can show y'all the bump on my 3-year-old head that was cold.
Yeah.
That hurt me because he could have died. So I'm fighting for them. I'm not caring what they do to me. I'm fighting for them. No one is going to fight for your kids or you. So I'm doing this for them. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for them. So it hurts me that I see the red flags and they see the red flags. They hear my children concerns that they miss me, that they want to come home, that they feel safer with me. They don't want to hear that. They just want to keep my kids away from me and not listen to their cries. And that hurts. That hurts me because they're not listening to them. So I'm not mad about they saying all this stuff about me. I can take it. But my kids are crying out to them. And they ain't trying to help them. And I'm no person that tries to help them, but they pushing me farther and farther away from my children.
Well,
So this is what I need. This is what I need help with.
well, um, if you not believe it, I'm still fighting for my daughter. It's really becoming a kind of a thing I have not given up. She's now 23 years old. I haven't seen her since she's 12. And now someone has done some mucky muck, has contacted Social Security and said that I misappropriate the funds, which is not true at all. You see, what's happened is that my daughter got a new identity, got a new birth certificate, got new Social Security, and she's double dipping for my retirement fund. And so now I have a big battle right now with Social Security. So it's really has um, really demoralizes me because I'm still fighting CPS,
Yeah.
and they are corrupt. They are
I've been
corrupt.
praying for you, Mr. Bob.
I know, and I appreciate that.
I've been
Thank you
praying for
so much.
everybody on here.
Yeah.
I've been praying for everybody on here. It's just like my problems and what I learned today and what I've been learning for the last couple times I talked to you. God dealt with more stuff than we can ever bear. And at this point, I didn't give all this to Him, but I still have to go through this on a daily. So I have to continue to remind myself to just give it to the Lord in prayer and leave it at His feet and let Him deal with it. It's the time and patience for me. It's just for me. Because people have been going through this longer than me. I've just been going through this ever since May. My kids been going ever since May. Y'all been going through, Miss Bob, you've been going through this ever since 15 years and still going through it. And there's people going through it for 8 years or plus. I just, I'm not complaining. I'm not
Well,
doing
no, I'm not
anything.
saying you are.
Everybody
I'm
going
not
through.
saying you
I
are.
just
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I'm not saying you are.
I just want people to look at it, people to hear me, because as long as I can share my story with y'all can hear me. And if y'all ever see my name on the news or something like that, and falsely accuse me for something I ain't do, I have y'all support. They say, nope, this mother didn't do that. Y'all need to do y'all research. Y'all need to present. If I have y'all to take up for me, basically. And I do the same if anything like that goes on with y'all. But, I just need some support. I need more than just family. I need other support. But all I can do tomorrow is tell the judge, look, I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about my parenting things and what I can do forward. What you want me to do next to get my kids back? I don't want to talk about all these allegations and alleged allegations. I just want to talk about what I need to do to get my kids back with me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my mindset right now. That's my mindset right now.
Yeah. I
And
hear
they're
you.
gonna say whatever they're gonna want to. They're gonna say whatever they want to. But that's what I'm gonna ask Judge tomorrow. Don't follow the allegations. I'm not gonna talk to my damn and say the sum it up a little bit. Don't follow the allegations that's going on. What do you want me to do next? Because basically they saying that I'm cooperating. Hopefully she said that. My case what she said she gonna say that in court. We're gonna see. If she don't have a change in my what her supervisor wants us to say. I'm just saying, no, you know, something to send it and go over this. We ain't gonna talk about that, but we need to talk about what I just found out. My son is been injured, and once the case is not sent there, y'all need to remove my kids. If y'all not comfortable of them being in need for whatever reason, they still got to stay there. They need to remove my kids to the foster care or bring them back to me, regardless of the fact. I know my kids not there, safe there. They need to get my kids back to me. And then they need to do terms and questions and let me do whatever they want me to do with that. But, the crazy thing about it, when you do a parents and questions, you definitely have to have your kids with you for it's the process can continue going on and make sure I'm doing everything right.
Right.
But like I said, my kids are foster kids. I don't know how they gonna
Well,
come out with this.
Carrie, I'm going to have to end our show time because right now it's 11 o'clock and my show goes to 11. So I no, it's nothing to be sorry about. I'm glad you would sit here to talk and vent and share with the room because some people out there will help you. But all you do is continue on. It's everything in life. Every day is a new day, and have good faith in God helps you along the way. Now, I want to thank Dorothy Cook. for coming to the room to help people. She has said a lot in this room. Um, she has really shared a lot of her time in this room here. And I want to thank about the prayers from God. I appreciate that. I also want to thank the emojis. I have from the care emoji, I have God, Natalie, and Dorothy. Thank you. From the thumbs up, I have Natalie and Dorothy. And then from let me see here. Who else? Oh, Laka. It's good to hear from you from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining me in the room. And then, of course, Bartley. Bartley is from Montana. And I know that she's really going through a lot. She's hurting right now, but I'm glad that she dropped by. And of course, the new person, Natalie from San Bernardino, California. Glad to meet you, Natalie. I was hoping you'd call in and discuss what you wanted to discuss with me on that one there. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the show. I want everybody, do not ever forget your family or your children. Keep fighting for them. That should be your number one priority. And come here. I'll be on again tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'd love to talk to you or help you any way I can. I'm on twice a day, 7 days a week. So that's 14 times a week you can talk to me. I'm on for an hour. So I'd love to hear from you all again. So there'll be a short video at the end of my presentation. Again, God bless you and have a beautiful day.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the
last ones left. Put your faith in